As the state's biggest school district finalizes plans to go back to in-person instruction, teachers are preparing for what will be a big change.
But as Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez explains, some teachers are questioning whether going back to school this year is the right thing to do.
The tentative plan for PPS is to bring elementary students back into classrooms in a hybrid learning model beginning in April. But while teachers say they want desperately to see their students in person again, they also have a wide range of concerns.
You are always on it. You're here on time. You raise your hand.
An art teacher at Beach Elementary School, Carlos Baca, says his primary concern is the safety of his students and their vulnerable family members back home.
Do you feel like the district is rushing a little bit to try to do this?
I do. We all have a lot of concerns in regards to safety.
Under the district's tentative plan, K through 5th grade students would be back in class 4 days a week for a couple hours at a time. Students will be assigned a morning or afternoon time slot with distance learning in between and on Wednesdays. The Portland Association of Teachers has been negotiating with the district about safety protocols and assurances.
We're talking about maintaining some really different protocols and behaviors, like students staying in desks to maintain those 6-foot distances on all sides at all times, smaller groupings, and really different activities would be necessary.
There's also the question of older school buildings and proper ventilation. That's a concern for Baca in particular.
I teach in a basement classroom. It's a aging building. It is a brick building. It does not have any sort of modern ventilation system.
Baca says he's already gotten his first dose of vaccine and is scheduled for a second. That makes him feel better about his own safety, but not his family.
That's one of my biggest concerns with going back into a classroom and knowing that even if I was fully vaccinated, I could potentially bring home a deadly virus to my wife and my young child.
Baca says he's not sure bringing students back for the final 2 months of school is worth the risk. He'd prefer to finish the year in distance learning and allow time for more people to be vaccinated.
I feel like our community would be much safer. I feel like the community would feel much safer as a whole.
The district and teachers union are in ongoing conversations about safety protocols. The union's understanding is that teachers who are medically vulnerable will be allowed to continue teaching remotely. Parents can also opt to have their children continue learning remotely. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.